Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're tackling one of the absolute most essential domains in modern cybersecurity, application security, or, AppSec for short. We'll be basing our journey on some fantastic insights published recently by cybersecurity expert Yusuf DM. Okay, let's dive into this, because in a world where software practically runs our lives, understanding how to secure it is no longer just a job for the IT department. It's vital knowledge for all of us. Seriously, take a second and just picture your daily digital interactions. Think about the massive attack surface we're navigating every single day. Your online banking portals, your encrypted messaging, the payment gateways where your credit card lives, and of course, those enterprise cloud drives storing immense amounts of proprietary data. The big question we're asking today is, are those digital doors locked? Are those entry points actively secured like a true digital fortress, or are they relying on outdated perimeter-only defenses? That's exactly the scale of the stakes we're dealing with when we talk about modern application security. So here's our quick roadmap for today. First, we'll look at what is application security, then the proactive security shift, followed by why does AppSec matter. After we get those foundational concepts down, we'll tackle the core technical 10-point checklist and our 10 focus areas, and finally, wrap up with staying ahead of threats. Let's get right to it.
Section 1. What is application security?
Application security, or AppSec, is essentially the practices, tools, and strategies used to keep software safe from external threats. It's everything from the tools developers are using while writing code, all the way to the overarching strategies an organization implements to assess risk. The crucial point is that the primary goal here is preventing unauthorized access, tampering, or data loss right from the very start. It's all about making absolutely sure that only authenticated users get access to sensitive workloads and threat actors are kept strictly on the outside.
Section 2. The proactive security shift.
If you look at the early days of software development, it was kind of like the Wild West. Security was notoriously treated as a total afterthought. Development teams would spend months building an app, get it ready for release, and then try to bolt on some perimeter defenses right at the very end. But you don't build the wall after the house is completely finished, right? Today, security is treated as a core component. The industry has made a massive shift from that reactive stance to a secure-by-design architecture, integrating those defenses directly into the foundation from day one.
Let's move to and see how this builds across the modern application lifecycle. Security is now completely baked into every single stage. In planning and design, architects are mapping out potential threat models before a single line of code is even written. Then, during development, engineers are actively using secure APIs and writing code that rejects malicious inputs. At deployment, the software is rigorously tested via automated pipelines as it goes live. And through ongoing maintenance, the security posture evolves right alongside the app with continuous updates. It's a continuous thread weaving through the entire process.
Section 3. Why does AppSec matter?
Our author highlights 3 main reasons why we absolutely must prioritize AppSec. First off, fixing vulnerabilities early drastically reduces risk. Catching a flaw during development is infinitely cheaper and way safer than trying to patch it after a public data breach. It's all about proactive anticipation over reactive cleanup. You want to anticipate 0 days and exploits before they happen, not scramble to do damage control. And third, adapting to rapid cloud adoption. As apps move out of traditional local servers and into the cloud, those old traditional network boundaries vanish entirely, creating entirely new challenges we have to meet.
Section 4. The 10 focus areas. Time to reveal the ultimate checklist for our digital fortress.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that these 10 focus areas aren't just arbitrary guesses. They're heavily informed by global, standardized resources like the OWASP POP10 and the Common Weakness Enumeration, or CWE. These are incredibly well-respected guides in the cybersecurity community that track the most critical, highly exploited security risks out there. So by relying on these frameworks, engineering teams can stay strictly focused on the vulnerabilities that actually matter most in the real world.
Let's look at the first 5 pillars. Think of these as the foundation and walls. Authentication and authorization act as your vital gatekeepers, making sure only the right entities can access specific features. Inside, data protection is your vault, guarding sensitive information from extraction. We also absolutely need rigorous input validation so we never trust user data blindly. This actively prevents injection attacks, where bad actors try to sneak malicious payloads through the interface. Then, session management securely handles active tokens so hijackers can't steal an authenticated session. And underlying the whole shebang, encryption. Whether data is moving across the network or just sitting in a database, encryption scrambles it so that even if it's intercepted, it remains entirely unreadable.
Moving to the final 5 pillars, let's call this part testing the alarms.
We have to prioritize error handling and logging so an app crash doesn't accidentally leak sensitive server architecture, all while keeping detailed logs to spot weird behavior. Configuration management ensures your environment settings are locked down, because a perfectly coded app can still fall if server defaults are misconfigured. Adhering to strict, secure coding practices helps avoid writing vulnerabilities into the source code to begin with. This is all verified through security testing, regular, rigorous assessments like penetration testing, and automated code reviews to catch hidden flaws early in the pipeline. And finally, comprehensive security patching means relentlessly staying on top of updates, fixing known bugs well before attackers have a chance to exploit them in the wild.
Section 5. Staying ahead of threats. I really want to highlight this fantastic quote directly from Yusuf DM. He says, "Good AppSec helps to stay ahead of threats rather than scrambling to fix issues once they've already caused damage." And this brilliantly illustrates the entire philosophy of modern application security. It's not just some checkbox you mark off before launch. It is a living, breathing, evolving, and continuous posture. As your application grows and adds new features, your security practices have to evolve right alongside it to anticipate what malicious actors are going to try next.
To close out our explainer today, I want to leave you with a question to really provoke some thought about your own digital environment. Whether you're a developer writing code, a manager overseeing a massive tech stack, or just an everyday user relying on digital services, what strategies or tools are keeping your application secure? Are you relying on outdated reactive methods, or are you actively embracing the proactive focus areas we covered today? Evaluating your own tools and security posture is the very first step toward a safer digital ecosystem. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive, and I hope this leaves you eager to learn even more about securing our digital world.